We're gonna start it. We're gonna start it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome to the first
Welcome
episode
to
of
the
Beanie Boys.
podcast.
All right, who's starting this first?
I'll go. All
Okay.
right. First off, welcome to the Beanieee Boys. This is episode 1. Date is November 17th. It is a Tuesday, and last night we had the Bears on Monday Night Football playing the Vikings. Uh, where do we even begin, Moses? I don't even know where to start.
Uh rebuild. Rebuild. Rebuild.
No,
We need
we're
to
not
tear it
rebuilding.
down. Are you
No,
kidding me? It's an
we are not
absolute
rebuilding.
joke of a team right now. Okay?
It's a joke of a team, but we are not rebuilding. We have such a good defense, Moses. We're not rebuilding this team.
All right. Look at it this way.
Let's just take a look at the Bears overall.
All right.
Right? Top defense in the NFL. True or false?
Without a doubt.
Without a
Without
doubt.
a doubt.
No doubt. Wide
We-
receiving core?
Extend Allen
They're pretty
Robinson.
good.
Extend Allen
It's the
Robinson.
hashtag extend Allen Robinson. But then you look at our running backs. We got some good running backs. Cordell Patterson, 104-yard return the other day. I mean, that was ridiculous. Tariq Cohen's out. He'll be back next season. I'm not worried about him.
David
not worried.
Montgomery?
He'll be
He's an absolute beast.
I'm saying. We have two problems on the field with this team, on the field. That's our offensive line
Mhm.
and our quarterback situation.
Who's our quarterback? Who? Literally who?
When have the Bears ever had a good quarterback? We had Jim McMahon in 05. He was just good enough.
I mean,
What are you going to do? Seriously.
like, who's been our best quarterback besides Cutler? Which is like, the fact that our franchise's
It makes me
best
so
quarterback is
mad.
Cutler.
It makes me so mad when people say that the Bears' best quarterback in franchise history is Jay Cutler, because in a way it's true. He's probably the most talented quarterback that the Bears have ever had. Now, he's a
100%.
crap human being, and he's a crap leader. He's a crap leader.
Uh-huh.
He's not a good person, but he was probably our most talented quarterback ever.
I mean, he leads the Bears in almost every single stat possible.
And he never even made a Pro Bowl.
He never made a Pro
Never.
Bowl?
He never made a Pro Bowl. The Bears
That's a good
have
point.
had 2 Pro Bowls in the Super Bowl era. Jim McMahon in '85 and Mitchell Trubisky in '18. He
Trubisky.
barely got it. He barely got it, but he did. I'm not lying. to you, dude.
I
Oh
know
my
it's true. Like, the fact that Trubisky's we are letting go a Pro Bowler. That's
There's
just sad. Come on.
God. Well, there was one meme, and it was like, it was the picture of Trubisky and Watson and Mahomes at the 18th Pro Bowl. It's like there's one imposter among us.
I mean, it's true. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Trubisky's not a good quarterback.
No,
I mean-
and the only reason that I want him back is because he's an actual athlete. Nick Foles is not an athlete. I don't care what you say. He can't
I
move.
mean- Foles, don't get me wrong. Foles is a way better leader, in my opinion, right? He's a better motivator, but he's just old. That's the issue with Foles.
I'm not on the field, so I don't make judgments about leadership unless I hear it from the players. Like, obviously with Jay Cutler, it's all you hear about really when you're talking about his skill set is how crap of a leader he is. But I don't know. Foles is obviously a veteran, so there's something to be said there. But my God, dude, can we trade for Deshaun Watson?
I
Can we do
mean,
it? Texans got nothing to lose.
I
They
don't
give
know.
Hopkins for a second.
If they still had Bill O'Brien, then definitely. Are you kidding me? That man would just be
He
like,
got fired. He got fired.
I know. I'm saying if they still had him, anyone could just bamboozle him. But I don't know now. The Texans are just
What do
wasting
you
away
think the
players.
Texans would take for Deshaun Watson? Because I'm serious about this. I'm like about to march up to Ryan Pace's home and just
We need to get rid of
throw
Pace.
this.
Pace is
Yeah, it's true. Fire Pace. The heads need to roll, and Pace is the one to go.
Yep. Obviously, fans, especially in Chicago, have done such a great job of getting rid of GMs. Fire Garpax finally worked.
Fire
So
Garpax.
let's start this
Yes,
now. Hashtag Fire Pace. Who likes him? No one. I mean,
No,
like,
I don't sue me. I don't think that we should fire Nagy. I don't. I don't
no,
think we should fire Nagy.
honestly, hear me out here, right? The Bears isn't like our quarterbacks, not really our main problem. What is our problem is our offensive line. You could throw Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers,
Oh,
literally the best QBs in the league, Mahomes, Jackson, right? Anyone. Put them behind our O line, they're getting sacked 5, 6 times a game. I guarantee it. And then people are like, what do you mean both of our quarterbacks are injured? How?
yeah. I mean, I hate to bash this O line because Alex Bars is from Notre Dame, but there's no. Here's my thing. I was thinking about this earlier. Your offense is only as good as your offensive line. You know, the quarterback is the most valuable position in sports. The offensive line is the most underrated position in sports, in my opinion. I mean,
No, that's
what
definitely
good is
true.
having Saquon Barkley for the Giants if he gets hit in the backfield every single play?
Exactly. I mean, look, David Montgomery. David Montgomery is a very much dynamic running back. All right. He's a great
Mhm.
player and he's an absolute beast who could just run around people all day, any day. But if you
Yeah.
don't give him a hole, how's he supposed to run?
If your offensive line can't drive dudes behind the line of scrimmage,
Mhm.
then you're not gonna have an effective run game at all. And if they can't do that, they probably can't pass block because pass blocking is tougher, in my opinion.
No, it definitely is. And
Yeah, like
I mean, look at it. Foles has been thrown off his back leg how many times?
exactly. Like I want to blame it on Foles and just say, oh, if we just had Trubisky, but we did the same thing when Trubisky was in. Oh, if we just had Foles. Like no, it is our offensive line, at least to some degree.
Oh no, I mean definitely
Most.
like we have good receivers, we got good running backs, we got too many tight ends. All right.
I like our tight end core. We got some good tight ends.
Cole Cole came out. Love him.
Notre
Love
Dame,
him.
what we do.
You know, hometown hero,
He grew up a
can't
Bears
beat it.
fan. He grew up a Bears fan.
Yeah, well, he's uh from Barrington, right? Yeah. He,
Probably. I know
yeah,
he's from Chicagoland.
he's from around here.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, he went to Vider though. So, but like, yeah, he's from here.
Did he?
Yeah, he went to Vider.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely like a great player, definitely underused. And
100% underused. 100% underused. Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean,
our receivers can't catch anything because well, Foles can't throw off his
our
front. Like,
receivers can catch him if you throw it to them.
yeah, but
You
you can't.
throw the ball to our receivers, they can catch him. Allen Robinson is like leading the league in contested catches or something like that.
Speaking of Allen Robinson, his manager was on fire last night. Did you see his tweets?
I did not see his tweets. What you
Oh,
educate me and the viewers. The
let
viewers.
me pull him up real quick. All
I
right.
I
Allen
I
Robinson's manager.
what
Hold
do
on,
you
give me a
do?
second.
What do we got?
He is bashing the Bears because they did not throw to him
I
once
think I
in the
saw
end
that.
zone.
I think
Not
I saw that.
once. You
Mm-hmm.
have a man who's leading the Chicago Bears in contested catches, and
Leading the
how many?
NFL in contested catches. He's the best receiver on this team, and he's easily top 10 in the NFL, even
He's
though
he's an elite
obviously,
receiver,
yeah, he's an elite receiver. There's no
and he's
doubt.
his talent is being wasted on a mediocre Bears. And as much as I am a Bears fan, I'm telling you now, if we don't do something about that, he's walking. He is walking.
Trade for Deshaun, bro. Get the hashtag in the comments down below.
That's right.
Trade for Deshaun, dude. I can't stress it enough. We should
Watson.
have drafted him. We
We
should
should have
have
drafted
drafted him.
Mahomes.
We should have drafted him. Mahomes, I worry about because I don't remember the quarterback's name, but the veteran quarterback at Kansas City taught him
Alex
so
Smith.
much about. Yeah, Alex Smith taught him so much about the game, and he said that was a huge part of his growth of his game. And so I look at that, and if I'm back in the draft, and I know that he had such a great mentor to help him along, I don't know how he's going to develop with the Bears. I don't. I can't say that. But Deshaun Watson developing with the freaking Texans. and still being this elite quarterback, because he is an elite quarterback,
Without a doubt, an elite quarterback.
how are the Bears going to mess him up? If the Texans didn't mess him up, how are we going to mess him up?
I mean, if Bill
we're
O'Brien doesn't
chilling.
mess you up, no one can mess you up. Simple as that.
Literally, if you become a good player under Bill O'Brien, you can become a good player anywhere.
That's facts.
Anywhere.
That is facts. If Bill
So
O'Brien,
that's why if I had a time machine, I would I would draft Deshaun Watson.
that's actually true. Deshaun Watson, better than Mitch Trubisky. Trubisky, he had one
What are you
okay
talking?
season.
Mitch Trubisky was a Pro Bowler, dude.
Barely.
When the Bears when the Bears started the season, we were 3-0 with Trubisky. When Trubisky starts this season, the Bears are 3-0. That's just a fact. It's just a fact.
Hashtag start Trubisky.
Trubersky.
Get it started, boys. Hashtag start Trubersky. New name of the podcast. Trubersky.
Beanie Boys, 100%.
Beanie Boys. All right, we'll keep going.
Beanie Boys. Hey, I'm repping the college, repping Co baby.
Oh,
repping
the Bulls.
Are we talking about the Bulls' upcoming draft?
We are the Chicago Bulls. All right, let's start off with who do you think they're going to draft at the number 4 spot, or do you think they're going to trade it away and try to get a big name?
I don't think they're going to trade to get a big name. They're either going to trade up or down. They're not going to trade for a big name. I really hope they don't draft or trade Lowry. I still believe in Lowry.
Me too. And here's why. Lauri Markkanen has the potential to literally be almost as good as Dirk.
Better than Dirk. His ceiling is higher than Dirk Nowitzki's. He has the exact same skill set with more athleticism. His ceiling is higher than Dirk's.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
it doesn't look like he will, but I still think he can be a really, really, really good ball player.
Honestly, under Billy Donovan, I think he can.
Our player development is going to skyrocket from freaking easily the worst coach in the league in Boylan Egghead.
Oh, my gosh. Thank God they finally fired the Egg.
He was the Jets of NBA coaching. He's so bad. So bad.
He was literally somehow a worse Larry Fitzdale.
Yeah, I will take to my grave that they shouldn't have fired Fred Hoiberg, but Billy Donovan's probably a better coach than Fred Hoiberg.
I think Hoiberg, controversial opinion, hot take, we might lose a lot of listeners here. Hoiberg would have actually done good in today's NBA if he had been given if he had been given this young core. Hoiberg would have been great.
We're gonna gain listeners after you said that. There's no argument against the fact that he should have gotten a chance with Levine, Markkanen, and Dunn on the court. That was our big three. By the time he got fired, it looks like we're not going to extend Dunn right now, which is a mistake. He's a great backup point guard. He's a great backup point guard, but he is kind of like in the big three mix still. We fired Hoiberg. He never got those three players on the floor together because of injuries.
That's really true.
And the fact that they fired him a few weeks before that happened was insane. It was I think the nail in the coffin for Garpax, which is a massive coffin. Freaking Garpax, dude. Bless you.
Sorry, I don't want to say something like that.
But yeah, firing Hoiberg and then hiring the Egg is probably the worst decision by an NBA front office. I think I can think. Maybe ever, yeah.
Garpax might be worse than Jerry Krause.
Somebody drafted Darko Milicic. So let's not forget that. There's been some serious Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. There's been some seriously bad mistakes in NBA history, but I think for the Bulls, that's got to be top 3.
I mean, I'd say it's that, and then keeping Jerry Krause over, I don't know, the best basketball team in history ever. Like, the fact that the Reinsdorfs would be
Jerry Reinsdorf was kind of an idiot. And when I say kind of, I mean he can
massively.
be a real idiot. He chose Jerry Krause over Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, who's the greatest player, the greatest wing defender, and the greatest rebounder, and
of all time.
the greatest coach of all time and the greatest coach of all time, quite possibly, in Phil Jackson. I think he is.
Oh, dude,
Pop is
definitely.
definitely up there. Pop is
I'd,
up there. Respect to Pop. Love
I'd
Pop.
say I'd say the best ones ever are Jackson, Pop, and Pat Riley. Those are my personal.
Yeah, for sure. I think that Pop and Phil are a little bit above Riley,
Mhm.
but they're all fantastic.
Definitely.
But then you got we had so many great players still. We had Steve Kerr, and I mean they kept Kukoc for a little bit, but Ron Harper, dude was great. Uh, loved to Luke Longley. I mean, he wasn't
Luke
a star,
Longley.
but he
Oh
did his
my God.
job. He was a good defender, dude.
Hey,
I was watching old Bulls games over quarantine, like back in March.
mhm.
Dude could play. I was watching him. I was like, this kid ain't no scrub.
Hey,
You
Luke
know, people
Longley.
hate
He
on him
knew his
because he
role.
wasn't a superstar.
He knew his role.
I mean, this dude, he could play the game. He could play the game. I ain't taking no Luke Longley slander.
No.
No Luke Longley slander with the Beanie Boys.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Not a single one.
Absolutely not. It's not happening. So here's what I was looking at earlier. Bulls' interest in Patrick Williams at number 4 is growing.
Patrick
Um,
Williams. You're telling me they want to take Patrick Williams over Denny. Denny is who they should be picking up.
I, I've gotten a little more cautious of Denny. He still has some pretty great potential. This pick, I'm not terribly excited about. I was reading more into Patrick Williams, and I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure how I feel because this guy, as he's played good. He played good in his freshman year of college. He got 9 points, 4 boards, and a few assists in only 22 minutes of play. He was at FSU, Florida State, so he wasn't getting the minutes that he probably deserved with his talent level.
Mm.
But he won Sixth Man of the Year, and so you look at that and you're like, can we take a starter fourth
Over,
overall, please? Can we
yeah,
take a
like
starter fourth overall? But all these NBA scouts and stuff, they're saying that he's got so much potential to grow. He's 6'8", 6'9", 230, so he's an athlete,
oh, okay.
absolute athlete. And they're saying his shooting mechanics have room to grow. So basically, this guy, he's a hardworking dude. I was reading about him. Grew up in Charlotte. Hardworking dude, good grades. Good man.
Good man. Good man. All right.
And he's got room to grow. I wouldn't at 4. He's not even a starter in college. He's got a lot of potential, but he wasn't even a Sixth Man of the Year. Is not something you take at number 4. It's just not. Now, if you
I
want to
mean,
trade down more assets, take him at 7 or 8.
yeah. Like if we had the 7th pick for the 4th
Okay,
year
we
in a
can
row,
talk about it.
then yeah, definitely.
I'm still got. I want to take a legitimate draft star. You know what I mean? Like I want to take one of those high profile guys.
I all right. Personally, I don't think Edwards is gonna be on there by the time of 4. Clearly not.
I don't think we're gonna get Ball. I think Ball's gonna be go. There's a possibility that we trade up too. Like I've been reading about it, and it's like, oh, we got this guy, we got this guy, we got this guy. All possibilities because guess what? It's not set in stone, really.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not like last year where you knew Zion was going
yeah,
first no matter what,
mhm,
right? But
exactly. It's not like that. It's totally different.
that being said, this isn't like a terrible draft either. There's a lot of legitimate talent there. All right.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not really clear who the Bulls should take. I feel like whatever happens is going to happen on draft night because they're talking about trading up, they're talking about trading down, and there's all sorts of possibilities of 4. Talking about trading with the Warriors. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to act like I do. Like
I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm just gonna go ahead and trust AK and Billy Donovan because I think they're way better than listening to Boylan and Gar Pax.
facts, dude.
So
John Paxson was not a bad drafter. He was not a bad drafter, and that's why he's still in the organization. At least I
okay,
think that's why he's in the organization. That's why I think he deserves to still be in this organization.
but he does not deserve to be the head honcho. You know, he can't be the man calling
No,
the shots.
no. You can let him be a part of the process, but Gar Foreman, dude, he needed to be gone. He needed
Oh
to never
my
be
gosh, Gar
never
Foreman.
be.
Why did we hire him? Why?
I don't know, dude. Jerry's weird. Why did we hire Tony La Russa? Why did we hire Tony La Russa, who's got 2 DUI charges and we can't get Marcus Stroman now because Marcus Stroman thinks he's a racist. You heard that for the first time. Like, what? How are we going to hire a coach? I don't know what's inside his heart. I don't know.
Never met the guy, obviously.
Never met the
But
guy. I'm not going to act like I met him. But Marcus Stroman, who's a pretty good pitcher, and you're alienating free agents signings based off of our head coach hiring. That can never be good. That
no,
can't ever be good. That's not good. So I don't know. I feel like it remains to be seen if this hire with LaRussa was a good idea. But I have no idea. I wish that we could have just hired somebody and I've been like, yeah, that's a super strong hire. Let's go get Trevor Bauer. Like, you know what I mean?
Jerry Reinsdorf, in the very much off chance that you're listening to this someday in the future, sell the team. Sell both the teams. Please, get out of here. No one wants you. Okay? Don't get me wrong. You have helped us very much with a lot of historic teams and a lot of great championships. But how many years has it been since you have brought a championship to the city of Chicago?
Thank you
Far
for
too many.
05.
Thank you for the 90s.
Mm-hmm. But
that's
here's my
about it.
thing, Jerry. I don't need you to sell either team. You're a good dude, Jerry. Everyone attests to that. You're a good dude. But when it comes to making decisions about sports, stay out of it. Stay out of it. You've built a great culture with the White Sox. You really didn't with the Bulls for a while, but you're picking it up.
Exactly.
But just when it comes to sports decisions, stay out of it. You made a mistake by firing LaRussa in '79. I get it. It was a mistake. But you don't have to make up for it in 2020. You don't have to.
You really don't. All right?
That was a decision that was made by Reinsdorf and ownership. That was not a decision made by Rick Hahn or Kenny Williams in the front office.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look at that and I don't like that either. I don't like that part of it either. Which is why I'm really, really cautious about this head coaching hire. I hope that I'm proven that
wrong.
I'm worried about it. I really do. Because this is a team that could be competing for a World Series annually. And I hope that happens.
Oh, without a doubt. Honestly, I think they're a bit more of like a dark horse contender right now. Don't get me wrong. But I think they're very much a team that's just going to be there for at least the current future. We have the talent. We definitely do. There's no doubt that the talent is there. But the coaching, the front office, the ownership, again, Jerry Reinsdorf, please, come on. Do something about it.
We disagree on this. Jerry, I like you. You're a good dude. Just stay out of the sports, man. We love you.
Unless you want to sponsor
Don't hire a coach behind Rick Hahn's back. Rick Hahn almost got Executive of the Year. Second in Executive of the Year voting. I'm happy for him about that. He deserves to be Executive of the Year. I don't know who got it, but
hey, I mean, sometimes these sports like Executive or Coach of the Year awards, I don't know. Didn't Nagy get Coach of the Year 2 years ago? And where are we now?
He got it. We got to remember where the Bears are at in 2018, man. They were like Super Bowl contenders almost.
Okay, but he's literally given up play calling. He has given up play calling.
Dude, that was not even close to the main issue. It's the quarterback and the O-line.
It's the O-line. If you have an O-line that can't open up holes.
Quarterback situation. What about that?
I'm telling you, Foles isn't a bad QB. Mitch or Foles.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
I did. He doesn't have enough time.
Can he move?
He doesn't have enough time. That being said, last week, Foles really screwed the pooch. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Give me a sec.
Okay, hit play again.
All right, I'm back. All right, here we are. So
he had to go do something. I don't even know what it was, so that was mysterious. But
I'm sorry about that, guys. We are back.
Continuation of our first episode, and Matt Nagy is not the problem.
Matt Nagy is not the problem.
He's not the problem.
The quarterbacks are not the problem. Oh, here's what I was saying. So Foles, hear me out here. He can throw. I think a really big issue with Foles in the game is that he isn't mobile. Right? Last week,
that's what I was saying. He can't
He
move.
against the Saints, right? He got a perfect opportunity to go and get that first down, but instead he ran backwards and just went down on the ground. Like, given Trubisky that same opportunity, I promise you, he would have ran it. Trubisky's a great scrambler. Great scrambler.
100%.
He's athletic.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think it's a very hot take. Might be a very cold take. We need to re-sign Trubisky on a smaller contract, definitely. But I think he's got it.
Here's my thing. Get the best quarterback you can get. So, like, I was kind of pissed that we didn't get, like, Cam Newton or Teddy Bridgewater last offseason. I was like, those guys are better than Trubisky. Get him
Yes.
over here. I
Yeah.
love BDN. I love Nick.
Big Dick
But
Nick.
hey, I thought we keep this PG, all right?
Oh, that's his name. That's his name. Like, I'm not
That's
the one who
actually on
came
his
up with.
birth certificate. That's actually on his birth certificate, everyone.
That's what his mom calls him. So,
I just,
like, did you see the thing about Deion Sanders when he was on Barstool with Prez, and Prez is like, I'm taking Big Dick Nick this week, and he's like, who? It's like Nick Foles. That's his name. It's like
just literally his legal name on his driver's license. That's what it says.
everyone's been calling him it, so it'd be weird if we didn't call him that. BDN though, I think he's a great quarterback to have as a backup.
Move, dude.
He's a great backup. He is the
I can
best
deal with
backup.
him as being a great backup, but he's not the. I don't think he's the same quarterback he was in 2018. I think he's too old. I think that Trubisky is a better quarterback because just because he's more mobile,
Mhm.
and I think that this offseason, if Pace wants to keep his job, he's got to go get a good quarterback. I think that the best way to get an elite quarterback right now is again trading for Deshaun Watson. Texans have no reason
Well,
to rebuild. They have no
well,
reason to not rebuild.
I mean, yeah, the Texans are just wasting away great talent. Actually, Will
We
Fuller.
we take him off there. We give him some hella draft picks and maybe like a couple good. We got good players to spare, especially on our defense.
Yeah,
I would be
and we'll
okay
still be
with giving
fine.
up anyone on defense save Roquan Smith, Khalil Mack, or Akeem Hicks. I'm okay with giving them up
Akeem
for
Hicks. Hold on a second. Akeem
please.
Hicks has become such a defensive liability with all of his false starts, all of his penalties. What happened to him?
He's a beast.
Where,
I don't want to hear it. Akeem Hicks is a
where,
menace.
where
Dude.
is the Akeem Hicks of old who was just absolutely destroying people and
Who
doing?
tackled the dude yesterday by grabbing his head and throwing him to the ground? That Akeem Hicks is here to stay, dude. He's a beast. He's a menace. He's a monster. He drank 40 beers one night in college in Canada. He's insane. He
Damn
is
straight.
insane.
Damn straight.
He's insane, and he's
Akeem
on the
Hicks.
Bears to stay.
Okay, I'm just saying he needs to work on his penalties. He needs to work on his false starts because the Bears currently lead the league in both of those. We have
Discipline is important, and that falls on the coaching most likely. But we also had like 3 total penalties entering the fourth quarter yesterday, if I remember the announcer right. So I mean, defensive penalties are the last thing that this team needs to worry about.
yeah, but
Get
offensive
a
penalties
quarterback.
too.
Get a quarterback. Hashtag trade for Deshaun, and sign a few better offensive linemen,
Get
or just stay healthy.
literally anyone better for your offensive line.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Literally
All
anyone.
right, you ready? You ready to move on to the national news?
Yes. Please move it on to the national news.
National news time. Go, Moses.
James Harden and the Rockets. What is going on? How are you going from being a contender in the Western Conference to just saying, I want out? You just traded for one of your best friends in Russell Westbrook
Best friend MVP.
and
MVP.
MVP, Mr. Triple Double. What are you doing? That
He can
team
do it
is
all.
not, you're not supposed to be rebuilding that. That is like prime time, win now.
James Harden, you were a star. You are one of, if not the best player in the league. You have
At least,
a 2017 MVP.
yeah,
When did he win 2017? You
27.
have the MVP from 3 years ago still in his prime.
Bye.
Hall of
Sorry.
Fame.
Sorry about that. uh,
You're getting a new coach, and you just made it to the second round. Only 1 year in with your new
honestly,
MVP teammate.
yeah, you have
And
two
you,
MVP caliber players in their primes. Honestly, I don't even think Mike D'Antoni should have been fired. He's an amazing coach.
I don't know if he can win in the playoffs. He's had a long track record of losing in the playoffs.
That's true. But all right,
I don't
even
know
then,
if he has the scheming abilities to deal with Russ and Harden, but from Harden's perspective, dude, there's no reason why he should be turning down $50 million a year to not play with a fellow MVP caliber player. Maybe he's not MVP caliber, but he's definitely All-Star caliber and won the MVP.
okay, you literally have two all NBA players on your team. What else do you need? Okay, obviously, I get there's a front office that just traded away every single big man possible. Why did they trade to?
But that worked. It kind of worked.
Okay, but you're telling me that team wouldn't have been better if they had Clint Capella still?
I do like me some Clint Capella. I didn't really understand the trade there. Um, but again, there's no reason why you can't just stick it out with Houston and fight through the rest of your contract with a fellow MVP in his prime. What what do you
It it baffles me. It really does. Like the NBA has become so soft in just trying to get rings.
in
Like
so many ways too.
and players have
Refs are soft, players are soft.
the players have too much power now. Too much power. Like 20 years ago, if someone had tried pulling these like antics, what would have happened? They would have been like, "Go f yourself."
Literally, yeah. I mean, players just didn't do it as much back then. You know what I mean?
Like
There's that kind of expectation that like I have to win a ring, and if I don't win a ring with you in 2 years, I'm gonna request a trade somewhere else.
no. Like if I want again, like I was telling you earlier, if I want to go see a bunch of guys play with their buddies, I'll go to the Y. I'll go to the park. I'll go to some rec league. It's just a bunch of guys having fun with their buddies. That's not what
Hmm.
professional sports is about.
No, no, it's not.
All right. There's a lot of
You know what you
grind
do
to
with
it.
your buddies? You win championships over them,
Mhm.
and then you brag about it. Look at Chuck and Shaq.
Exactly.
You think was Charles Barkley a ring chaser? Absolutely not. Maybe a little towards the end of his career with the
Definitely,
Rockets,
definitely
but
towards the end.
he
But
stayed with the Suns for so long.
exactly.
He didn't really have any other co-stars. He had a lot of really good players on his team.
hmm
A
But
lot.
no,
That was a fantastic Suns team, but he was pretty much the only superstar on there.
exactly.
Probably the only star, definitely the only superstar. I still think Russell Westbrook is probably a superstar. I'm a fan. A lot of people aren't. That's fine. But at the very least, he's a star.
Oh no, definitely. And people like saying like, "Oh, he's such a selfish player." He's not actually that selfish of a player. He really isn't.
Mm-mm. He's had some issues. He's obviously not 2017 Brody, but he's a really good player. And the fact that Harden is requesting a trade away from him, and I don't know if this is after or before or in lockstep with Russ's trade request. I don't know what's going on there, but
Oh,
you
Russ
get
is leaving too.
yeah, like you spend 1 year with a superstar teammate and you lose to the eventual champion in the second round, and now you're just leaving. You're
Like,
bailing. Work through it, man. Work through the team issues. Try to actually earn a championship instead of going to Durant for it.
I mean, like personally, don't get me wrong, because a ring's a ring. Obviously, at the end of the day, that's how history's going to see it. A ring being a ring. But personally,
Always.
I just
Dirk's one ring is worth more than Durant's two.
that's true. Like honestly, like ring chasers, like I just don't value them, and I don't have them as high up personally as like MJ's and Kobe's. Like
For
LeBron,
sure.
don't get me wrong. LeBron is maybe he's the second best player to ever play the game. Okay,
Yeah.
but he'll never be the first because every single time, what does he do? Oh, he leaves the Cavs to go play with his buddies, form a super team down in Miami. Oh, leaves Miami. Oh, I'm gonna go play with Kyrie and Kevin Love up in Cleveland. Oh, leaves Cleveland. Oh, I'm going to LA and I'm gonna play with AD. Like,
I have some problems with that because I mean, I don't mind him going to Miami. I think that players can more or less do what they want in free agency. It's the
mhm.
requesting trades that gets me. So like, and that's Kevin Durant is the exception there. You can't lose to you can't blow a 3-1 lead to a team in the playoffs in the conference finals and then go join them.
Whoa, whoa,
That's ridiculous.
whoa. You talking slander about my boy Steve Kerr? We will not have Steve Kerr slander here. Okay? We will not have Steve Kerr slander here. I'm sorry.
No,
Although
I
he
love Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is an amazing human being. We love
even
Steve.
even though he got completely destroyed by the Chicago Bulls the season right before, and then he's like, "Guess where I'm heading? Chicago."
He's
So,
not a star though. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
Like
I know. I just sorry, I had to bring that up. There
we
will be
love
no
Steve.
there will be no Steve Kerr
We do.
slander here.
We
Not
love
at all.
Steve. But, oh man, I just yeah. Back to LeBron though. I think that his move to Miami is okay. I love his move back to Cleveland because he won the chip for his
Hometown.
hometown,
Oh,
and that to me easily made him above Kareem in the all-time list. Going to the Lakers, he didn't know he was going to play with AD. That was definitely a possibility that they're going to trade for him, but he was going to Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma and Brandon
I,
Ingram.
I mean, he was going to a good young core.
Let's not forget that. Yeah, 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 yeah. But a good young core is not the same as Anthony Davis.
Yeah, well, they traded away that entire young core for Anthony Davis. So,
Yeah, and they're going to trade Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green for who is it?
oh,
DeRozan.
Kuzma hasn't been traded yet, and
They're going to. They're going to
no,
trade
Danny
him.
Green got traded already.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Who did the Lakers get? Um, wasn't Holiday. It was Lakers.
Covington? I heard
Oh
something
man,
about him.
no, for Dennis Schroeder.
Oh yeah. No, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, honestly, Dennis Schroeder, he's a good player. But I don't know. I
Makes me
think
mad to say this as a Bulls and MJ fan, but I think that LeBron is definitely going to win another ring next season. Makes
honestly,
me want it. I don't like the Lakers either. I don't really hate LeBron. I just don't like it when people say he's the greatest because he's not.
I mean, I personally I hate LeBron. Uh, not personally, like
Not
as a
personally,
person.
as a sports fan.
No, yeah, sorry. As a sports fan and everything he does in sports, on the court, I hate LeBron. Off the court, LeBron is actually a great person. Obviously his initiative
For
with,
real.
the
For
students in
real.
Akron and all the other
For
things that he
real.
does for charity and helping that out. So LeBron, on the off chance that you hear this, don't think I'm like a hater for you personally. You're a great guy. But on the court, I hate you. You are the
Yep.
biggest whiner, complainer, and oh my gosh, it was not a foul. I don't care what you say, it wasn't a foul. You will never be the
And if it
GOAT,
was a foul, then it was. Refs are always right when they're calling on LeBron.
okay? You will never be the GOAT, and that's it.
MJ's the GOAT. We
Precisely.
can talk about that in another episode. This probably wraps it up.
Yep, that is it
First
from us
episode
today.
of Beanie Boys.
Whew, gotta rep it. We will see you all next week, same time, same day. Maybe, maybe not.
Probably. We don't
Most
know if we're new to
likely,
this.
I don't
We'll
know.
post again
Yeah, well, most likely next week. I don't know.
sometime. In El Futuro, we'll do this again.
All right, so from us here at Beanie Boys, goodbye and have a great week. And again, go frick yourself, LeBron.
Thanks for listening.